Your Excellency, again, thank you so much for your time. Could you please introduce yourself?
My name is Madeline Garlick. I'm the UK ambassador to the African Union.
Yesterday, we had a groundbreaking signature, that is the Kampala Declaration. What are your thoughts about the declaration?
Well, we're delighted to be here in Nairobi today with so many wonderful, inspiring African leaders, but also civil society and women's groups. It's such a special place bringing together all these stakeholders. Migration is an issue that affects everyone globally in different ways, but of course some communities are much harder hit. Climate change-induced migration is something that the UK is very concerned about, and the links between climate and security is something that we have championed for many years, including at the UN Security Council, where we have raised the issue of climate security and how climate change is impacting communities in a number of ways. I think the beauty of the Kampala process is that it's African-driven, and I hope we can encourage countries here today to go home and think about how they will implement that global framework on the ground.
Also, besides climate-induced migration, women, especially young women that are pioneering climate change adaptation innovations, they face a lot of challenges, especially when it comes to climate financing. What do you think can be done about that?
You raise a really important issue. I was yesterday at a launch of a new AU flagship initiative called the AU's Innovation Hub. And the idea there is that they set out a call to action for a number of young people from the continent. We were delighted to hear that the successful candidates were almost half women. So these are young African women leaders in business who are trying to find innovative ways to basically tackle the climate challenge. There were some wonderful examples from some of them. There's a young lady from Nigeria who has worked out a new solution for recycling waste in Lagos. And there's another amazing woman from Ghana who was turning waste from plantain and banana plantations into sanitary products for women. So really innovative and interesting ways of tackling the climate challenge from the bottom up.
Nice. And lastly, this is the Africa Climate Summit, first of its kind. It's groundbreaking for the continent. What are your thoughts about it, and what are your expectations from this talk?
You're absolutely right. This is a dynamic and amazing event. I have been overwhelmed by the energy. And I think the government of Kenya and the African Union have shown true leadership in making sure that this event could happen and making sure that the African voice is heard. The UK has long championed the African voice on the global stage, and we are very pleased to be here to play our small part in supporting what the African Union and Kenya are doing. We made a series of announcements yesterday. Our Minister for Africa and Development, Andrew Mitchell, made a number of announcements about how we will provide financial support, particularly on adaptation, to support African countries in their climate efforts. So delighted to be here.
Thank you so much.